Thank you. Thank you, Inesha, for such a nice introduction. In the 1960s, at the time when people in the US and the European countries are suffering from environmental degradation, LLF pioneers already indicated that landscape architecture as a means for survival. What is merely offensive to disturbing today's threatens life itself tomorrow. And when they are looking for survival solutions, they turn to the so-called Oriental philosophy and survival skills in vernacular landscapes, aiming at harmony between man and nature. The hydrological civilizations, the good farming, and the vernacular city are all the sources for such kind of solutions. And they're trying to revolutionize landscape architecture into a comprehensive solution to heal the earth. And they understand that there's no one-shot cure, no single-purpose panacea, but there's a need for collaborative solutions. But the key is ecology, or design with nature. And since then, I believe that it is accurate to state that no other profession has achieved as rapid a transformation from oblivion to social significance as has landscape architecture. So we should celebrate in terms of research and theories. We look for green from green roof to green infrastructure, from design of cities and design the whole ecosystems. You can see it's a massive research you have done here in America. And also people, the pioneers understand that ecology not necessarily messy. Ecology can be beautiful, and sustainability can be present, can be beautiful. Now that's I define landscape as art of survival. And the practitioners experiment with that. You can see people or landscape architects in the past 50 years, they do experiment with fire, they do experiment with water, with flood, use landscape as a living machine to clean the water, recycle the water, and reuse water. And the cure of soil, the post-industrial soil, brownfield. And food, you can see. We never even imagined 50 years ago. White House, big farms, green roofs. And all these researchers and practice become standards, become textbooks, become guidelines, which fundamentally transform the profession of landscape architecture in America. And also, I'm proudly to say that we have translated some of this textbook into Chinese, which actually make use in China widely. And this change is fundamental. It's amazing. Charles River, 50 years ago, you see, I happen to know this river. So 50 years later, you can see how amazing is that this has been changed in the past 50 years. However, those fortunate improvements at the limited regional scale in the United States and European countries cannot remediate the deteriorating global situation, as you have seen today's presentation. Today, along the globalization and worldwide urbanization, what had been regional and national environmental issues 50 years ago are now become global and particularly troublesome in developing countries. So we called Oriental countries like India and China in particular. What was appreciated, so-called Oriental harmony by LAAF pioneers 50 years ago, has now been severely smashed, even much worse, at a more extensive scales: flood, drought, pollution, habitat loss. And we have no place to escape. However, we are not hopeless. What our pioneers have done since the 1966 declaration in North America at least proves to the world that the charge launched by the profession of landscape architecture against environmental degradation is successful. What we need to do is to replicate what has proved to be successful in the best practices and opening up even more integrative and symbiotic and innovative approaches at even larger scale. I will propose 3 strategies in order to face such a global challenges and opportunities at the same time as defined by our former speakers. We have to reclaim the profession of landscape architecture as the art of survival to heal the earth and sustain humanity. I believe these 3 strategies will make a landscape architect takes a leadership. So first, is to think big and to think systematically, planning for ecological security across the scale, regional, national, and local scale, to create an ecosystem, to create an ecological infrastructure, landscape as infrastructure, to provide all kinds of ecosystem services. And second, we need a new aesthetics. Ecology, sustainability can be beautiful. I define it as a big feet aesthetics, not little feet, not a distorted little feet. I'm calling for deep forms, not shallow forms. The form which have nature or ecological as a bedrock. Forms based on this kind of aesthetics must be high performance and productive, able to provide critical ecosystems services with little maintenance. And third, we need to reform our education. And let's structure our education system, the programs, to build and consolidate the bedrock of landscape architecture as an art of survival, through building and sharing the wisdom of survival skills and techniques in dealing with floods, drought, and food production, such as learn from peasantry and sustainable vernacular landscape practices, the knowledge and wisdom for survival in various climate and environmental situations, like field making, like irrigation, like fertilizing, and like growing and harvesting. Now, these are basic survival skills which can eventually open up a wholly new horizon for the profession of landscape architecture as an art of survival, which will recover our Earth back to the harmony, a new harmony between man and nature, which is healthy, productive, and beautiful. And we have to consider ourselves as a landscape architect must think like a king, but act like a peasant. So I'm proud to here to be, as I pay respect to our mentor in my heart. Probably this is the last studio he done in his life. Thank you. Thank you.